Back in the Joseon Dynasty, men and women were forbidden from cutting their hair since it was viewed as a legacy from their parents that must be preserved. Today, hair length is still a significant issue in South Korea. Students in some schools are forbidden from having certain hairstyles. Jung-hwan zooms in on the response to such rules being imposed today.
Hair regulations have a long history in Korea. In the 1970s, President Park Chung-hee's military regime viewed long hair as decadent and associated with the hippie lifestyle. There were strict rules regarding school outfits and hair length, and male students were forced to have a hairstyle similar to that of army conscripts. The government lifted the rules in 1982, allowing students to grow their hair a bit longer, but individual schools continued to impose restrictions, a practice that still persists today. While the debate over whether students' freedom to choose their hairstyle has been going on for a while, the issue recently surfaced as the head of the Seoul Metropolitan Office of Education, Joseon, advised schools last week to revise regulations by the autumn semester of 2019. Jo said that schools in the capital city should scrap the current rigorous policies that restrict students from growing, coloring, or perming their hair. While more than 84% of secondary schools in Seoul did not have their hair length limits, many schools still ban students from dyeing or perming their hair. But students from a high school in Seoul that has been allowing students to dye and perm their hair for the past 3 years say it is their right to choose their own hairstyle and that this freedom is better than being restricted.
The good thing about this change is that we can style our hair freely without being conscious of what the teachers might say about it.
We are quite sensitive to the latest trends, and being free from strict hair regulations is a great means to express our individualities.
However, supporters of the restrictions contend that longer hair interferes with studying and could lead students to indulge in bad behavior.
Of course, I do not mean that students become juvenile delinquents by simply dyeing or perming their hair, but we should not forget that how you dress or how you style your hair does influence an individual's attitude.
And according to the spokesperson, giving students more freedom could weaken teachers' authority.
As you know, allowing more freedom in terms of students' rights conflicts with their teachers' authority and educational guidance. In such a process, if we allow more freedom, it could infringe on the teacher's authority in class.
The controversial issue of freedom for young students to choose their own hairstyle has once again become a hot issue in South Korea, and it seems that it will remain contentious for some time to come. Jung-hwan, Arirang News.